What up, YouTube? You can't stop trading and investing with your boy James E. Today I want to go over two stocks. I want to go over TSMP. We talked about it in the last video, that breakout, finally breaking the consolidation, what the technicals look like today, and what I think it's going to do moving forward tomorrow and the rest of this week. I also want to talk about NNDM. One of my top three on my watch, and the move that it made today, that's looking promising for me to dip by. But before I do that, man, please click that like button. Please subscribe. It is very much appreciated. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy that likes to research and analyze anything that I find interesting in the stock market, and I like to share that with anybody who's willing to listen. So that being said, let's just get right into it. So as you can see right here, we'll start off with TSMP. A beautiful pickup in volume in the morning. I mean, you could clearly see this right here. Look at all this volume compared to the previous day. It came heavy in the morning. It closed roughly around the same volume as yesterday, but I love how it just held in these 19, in the high 19 areas, over 19.5 all day. Had a nice spike to 21. And then just held over here. Kind of started to pick back up a little bit towards later on in the day, and got back up to the 20s, then dipped off. I thought it was going to close at the 20. It was flashing 20 over here, with the last few seconds, as you see right here. But that's fine. Still beautiful day for this, holding the consolidation in the 19s. That just tells me that we are definitely, in my opinion, will definitely be hitting that 23-24 range either tomorrow or Friday. Is it going to break that 23-24 range? That I don't know. It may bounce off of it and fall back down, or it may have some type of resistance and pull back before it breaks. In due time, we will find out. Either way, I've said it in my videos before, and I will say it again. My plan for this particular account and the shares that I bought here is to sell for a 40% profit in the 23-24 range when it meets those resistance levels. When it popped this morning, I thought we maybe had the potential to do it today. So I had my finger on the trigger, ready to sell. But it just didn't happen. And so, stick to your discipline. Make sure you have conviction with your plan. I made sure I stayed in it. I almost was tempted to sell up here, but that wasn't the plan. I just held strong. And then even when it started dipping in here, I was like thinking to myself, ooh, I should have took profit. But then when it held here, had the pop back, and then held again in here, that was a beautiful sign for me personally that this thing is most likely going to gap up again tomorrow, and we could potentially test those 23-24 range tomorrow. If not tomorrow, we'll definitely be testing those ranges on Friday. So my goal is, again, in this particular account, to sell my shares in the 23-24 range. I am still holding my long-term investment in here in my other account, which I have about 6,500 shares in that account. That is my actual investment in this company. So just to give you guys a little insight on the way I like to trade. So for me personally, just doing this and studying this and being immersed in the market for the last 5 years, I really started to collect a lot of data, personal data, over the last year in 2020. And through that data, I found that as long as I just keep my focus on no more than 3 stocks at a time, and really dig deep and dive into everything about those companies and familiarize myself with everything about the company, from the technicals to the revenues, to the fundamentals, to the people involved, to the products, every aspect of it, to build that comfort level to the point where, like I said, TSMP, I've been following for months now. As you guys know, I've been posting videos about it. NEO, I've been following for months now. As you guys know, I've been posting videos about it. NNDM, I've been following for months now, because NNDM and NEO meet all my criteria as far as what I like to trade. I do have subscribers, and I do have people leaving comments asking me to if I can make videos of different stocks. And just to be honest, I appreciate you guys giving me your suggestions on different companies, because I love looking them up, and I do research every single suggestion that I get. But again, it has to meet my criteria. For me particularly, we are all individuals. We all have a different mindset. We all have a different psychology when it comes to how we react to what's going on in the market. And for me personally, I found I've been extremely more profitable, and I mean by a lot, when I just focus on 3 stocks at a time and capitalize on those 3 stocks until I just feel like they're no longer working for me. And then that's when I start searching for something new. So, you know, I do have a position in NEO for the long term. You guys could go watch those videos about that. I've been making videos about that for months. And, you know, I'm closing in. I've been bouncing around 100% profit on that particular position. And then I have my position on TSMP, which I'm holding right now, which I'm up nicely on it. And as you can see, we are up again today. So looking beautiful. And then NNDM, I had talked about it in a previous video, how I sold my shares on NNDM, which I made a 35% profit on. So that's still an amazing profit, to purchase more shares of TSMP because we are formulating that bull flag in the consolidation right here. Ooh, excuse me. And I seen it about to pop, and sure enough, we got that pop. And as you can see, you know, I'm up about $300 on it, which is roughly, you know, about 15% profit on my position right now. You know, I want to say 15 to 20% profit. I haven't really calculated the numbers completely. I'm just giving a rough estimate. So this is looking promising. And so my goal is still to exit in the 23-24 range. And then depending on if it dips from there, I will probably repurchase it on a dip, or if it has a clean break and just breaks cleanly and holds and uses the resistance as support, then I'll potentially purchase some more shares there to trade it for the short term. But realistically right now, because I sold my shares in NNDM, when I sell my shares here, when it touches these levels that I want to sell at, let me just get into NNDM real quick. So NNDM finally had a beautiful day, and it finally broke out over its highs, which is what I've been waiting for. I sold it in this consolidation area in the 850s, you know, before it dipped down here to the 8s in the high 7s. So I've been kind of waiting for this because through an SEC filing, I had seen that they're potentially going to put out another offering. And every time they have a breakout is when they put out that offering. And as you can see, this thing has a continuous pattern of running, then dipping, running, dipping, running, dipping, running, dipping, running, dipping, running, dipping. I mean, it's just been a continuous pattern. So I've been waiting for this thing to break out because I'm anticipating another offering coming out. And now that we're in the 1145 range, you know, in the 1130s, I have a feeling we're probably going to get an offering somewhere around $9.50 to $10. So if that does happen, I am definitely a buyer on that dip. So I could capitalize wherever it drops to. If they don't put out an offering tomorrow, they're most likely going to put an offering out on Friday, or maybe even coming Monday at the market close, just depending on how far this thing they want to run. I have been seeing some great news come out about NNDM and things that they're doing with manufacturing. But again, man, once you get yourself familiar with individual chart patterns, individual companies, and get familiar with their movement, it makes it a lot easier, and it gives you a more comfort level for me personally to go ahead and because I've seen it happen over and over and over and over. So when you see that, and it actually is a great fundamental company, the revenues continue to grow and the chart continues to move with it at a gradual climb, which is what I like to look for. It's a no-brainer for me that once this thing drops, I'm definitely going to repurchase shares and capitalize on the movement for when it comes back to hit those highs of that 1145. So, you know, if I buy a couple hundred shares and it moves $2, you know, that's a quick $400 in a matter of a couple days. So I've been waiting for this move to happen. I relocated my shares from NNDM to buy more TSMP because that move had happened, which was amazing. And of course, as you could see, I'm capitalizing on it and I'm making money off of it. So for me, it's a no-brainer to switch my capital over here. Again, I'm very familiar with TSMP. I'm very familiar with NNDM. So for me, it's when I see these moves happen, it's a no-brainer for me that to go ahead and relocate my funds. So I almost was tempted to sell this now just because I seen that break of NNDM, and potentially it could have that drop tomorrow. We could have that offering come out today after hours, and then that thing drop tomorrow morning pre-market on an offering, which is very possible. But again, conviction with your plans. So my plan was to, again, sell this in the 23-24 range. And I have a feeling we're probably going to test that range either tomorrow or Friday. And I think that'll still give me enough time to get back into NNDM. And if If I miss this move, it's okay because I know it will most likely happen again in the future. So TSMP looking beautiful. We should be hitting those 23, 24 ranges either Thursday or Friday. So that still gives people time to capitalize on this thing. You know, because if you think about it, at the price at 20 cents, you get a 4-cent move. What is that? You know, a 15 to 20% move. That is actually a great trade. 15 to 20% profit is a great trade. So, you know, it still gives you time to capitalize. For me personally, this thing is beautiful. TSMP will always be on my watch. NNDM will always be on my watch. And NEO is my #1 investment that I continue to bank on. So I just wanted to give you guys a little insight on a little bit of how I trade and my strategy for me personally, because that's what works for me. And I'm very comfortable because I dug deep into all 3 of these companies, and I'm going to maintain with these 3 companies till I feel like I can no longer capitalize on them. So TSMP looking beautiful today. I love that pop in the morning, consolidating in the 19s. This tells me we're most likely going to get another gap up and potentially test that 23, 24 tomorrow. And then NNDM, guys, if anybody's interested in that particular stock, I would wait for that dip, the potential drop back to the 950 to 10 area. And that'll be a beautiful time to buy the dip because it will eventually retest that 1145 high again. And that'll give you a nice profit to capitalize on as well, which will be roughly around another 20% profit, which is amazing. So that's going to be it for today, guys. TSMP, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of my analysis. If anybody's involved in NNDM or thinking about NNDM, let me know in the comments. Again, if you made it this far, please click that like button. Please subscribe. You can't stop Mafia is a mindset movement, meaning never stop yourself, never stop your progress, never stop your education, especially in finance. Having multiple streams of income is an amazing thing, and the stock market is a place where you can do that. So TSMP, well on our way to hitting them 23, 24 range. Can we break it? Will it break? I'm hoping so. If it doesn't, definitely will buy a dip. And then NNDM already broke out, and once it dips, will be a beautiful time to buy. So that's going to be it for today, guys. I'll be sure to keep you updated as much as possible. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.